Hello, good people of the internet, and welcome to Famipod, a podcast for family where we run you through all the nerdy news you need to know about. I used it. Kind of funny. We'll see you in court. I'm your host, Ryan Tierney, and with me I have a man who is never afraid to be defeated and always puts his best foot forward. A man who may or may not have just finished playing his game of the year for 2026.
Might have.
It's Mr. Craig. How you doing, dude?
What'd you just call me?
A man who's never defeated. A man who always puts his best foot forward.
What name did you just say?
Mr. Curley?
Oh, it like cut off, and I could have sworn you said Mr. Greg, and I thought you were just still kind of funny coded or something. I was like, what the fuck did he? Wait, what? I'm so flat. Hello, everybody. It's me, Mr. Curley. I just beat Meat of the Holler, which might be my game of the year now. But we'll see. But hello. Good evening, Ryan. Welcome.
In fact, we'll see. How are you doing tonight, dude? Like, it's been a week. It's been a week of news. So a week since we played some Mario.
I haven't slept well in weeks, but I'm doing fantastic because, again, I'm coming hot off this amazing video game. Some slightly better video game news this week than the last time. So, there's still some bad, but... it's all looking up Millhouse or whatever this is.
Hell yeah, dude. I have a question for you. Speaking of fantastic video games, how do you feel about Dicko?
The fuck is Dicko? Is my first question.
So it was in the news today, or it might have been yesterday. DC announced a new fighting game for mobile. It's abbreviated DCKO.
That's my initials, bro. It's awesome. Man, that's crazy. Nobody in quality control stopped them and said, "Yo, we can't call this Dicko."
So the way I'm learning about it is that apparently DCKO is a thing from the comics, but in the comics it's like there's dots in the middle, or there's spaces, so they don't see it. But now in the game title, it's all scrunched together, so it just looks like Dicko.
That's awesome. You know what? Double down. Make a original character called Dicko. Captain Dicko or something along those lines. Daddy Dicko.
How sad is it? Like, and this mobile game could be cool, but the state of WB and DC games since the heydays of the Arkham trilogy and Arkham Origins, and where it felt like DC was just sitting on top of the world as far as superhero adaptations went to for video games, and now they're just so far behind the 8 ball with from Marvel.
I'll say that I never could have predicted that it would have gotten this bad. To where, I don't know, and I'm glad that there's still some good games coming out of it,
Dicko.
Wait. I guess they're doing the Hogwarts Legacy games.
And that's it. I feel like.
Yeah.
What else do they have over there?
I thought is there another Lord? No. I was in
they
my
don't
head.
Even have
I
the
was
Lord of the Rings IP anymore. That's Embracer Group.
In my head, I was like, yeah, they got Wonder Woman. And that wasn't even them in the first place. Man.
Well, it was. Yeah. So they were doing a Wonder Woman game, and then they canceled it.
Right. Oh, right.
Right before they sold out. And then I think DC or Warner Bros. Entirely is being bought by Paramount or something like that. So what we could be seeing from DC in the future and Warner Bros. In the future is TBD.
No, it's like you said, they were on top of the world at one point. Rocksteady was a studio that everybody was just clamoring for a new game from, and it just took so long, and it just had to be some shoehorn fucking battle pass, whatever the hell you want to call it.
Yeah, I remember during that time, I guess that was mid-COVID, where they had that DC Games showcase, where they had enough projects in development that they were like, hey, we could just do our own
We have
thing.
A showcase.
And That's back when I guess everybody was kind of doing their own showcases. Like we haven't seen a Ubisoft Forward or a Square Enix Presents or whatever it was called in years. So it's unfortunate the state of DC, but we've got better things to talk about. Good people of the internet. The internet has been a buzz with Xbox and PlayStation and Nintendo news. Not so much Nintendo, but we're going to talk about them anyway because this isn't a Nintendo podcast. In case you didn't know,
Famipod. Yeah,
Famipod. Before we get started, I don't care what Dennis says. I'm going to do housekeeping right now.
Dude, I don't know if you've noticed, but Dennis isn't here.
So like, when it doesn't even matter what he says.
When the parents are gone, we can party, bro. Party time. Fucking party with me, bro.
Wait, hold on. Is Dennis dead? Or I thought we were the parents and Dennis was the beautiful Swedish baby boy.
Well, yeah, but like he's not here.
Who has now grown up into a beautiful Swedish baby man.
Well, no, I don't agree with that. But like the parents are whoever's not here, you know? It's like it's an ever living role.
It's a rotating door.
Yeah, if you were gone, like I would say the same thing to Dennis, but like, bro, mom and dad aren't here. We can party down, bro. Although he's not a good partier, you know?
See, yeah, that's the thing. So like when you're absent, which if somebody's missing, it's more than likely you because your schedule's insane.
Yeah.
Like the vibe is different. Me and Dennis haven't hit that chemistry level yet. Like the way that either you and Dennis have or me and you have, like we're working on it. We're gonna get there.
What fixes that, right? You just got to kiss to attention.
That's an expensive plane ticket. Man, he's all the way across the world in there.
You're saying you don't want to kiss that Swedish beautiful man? I almost said boy, but then I was like, I don't want to. Never mind. Do the housekeeping.
If you're new to the channel, you can catch FamiCorp live every Wednesday between 10 and 10:30 Central Time at our new destination of twitch.tv/FamiCorp. You can also catch the VOD uploaded every Thursday mornings on youtube.com/@FamiCorp. And for the casual listener on the go, you can find us on some of your favorite podcast services like Spotify, Amazon, and Google Podcasts. Make sure you like and comment and do all the cool algorithm things that helps out the channel. Follow us on our socials. We're on X or Twitter, Blue Sky, Instagram/Facebook. We're on the Spotify's, and then Twitch and YouTube, of course. We're here. We're doing the dang thing. Carly, let's break into our first topic of the night. We were very critical of Xbox on our last Famipod. Some of us more so than others, but as we should be. And we got to talking about Bethesda and the lack of Elder Scrolls and the lack of Fallout, and they were just like, you know what, these stupid dudes over with this stupid family podcast, I have no idea what they're talking about. We're about to blow their freaking brains up. And they announced
Jesus.
not only is Fallout 5 now in pre-production, but Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas remakes are in the pipeline. An article from IGN reads, following sweeping layoffs at parent company Xbox earlier this month, Bethesda Game Studios director Todd Howard revealed details about the developer's future strategy Friday, confirming Fallout 5 is in the works and the Elder Scrolls 6 is the studio's top priority. He goes on to say, our teams are now developing the Elder Scrolls 6 and Fallout 5 on Creation Engine 3, a shared technology platform we've been building since Starfield's launch. Howard wrote in a studio update note addressed to fans, which was published by Bethesda Friday. It allows our teams to support multiple projects simultaneously with new tools, renderings, and systems that define our games. Howard also confirmed that while Fallout 5 remains our long-range destination, Bethesda Game Studios currently has multiple Fallout projects in active development right now. This includes a new Fallout project from Obsidian. So Obsidian working on its own project, not Fallout 5, which is interesting. When this story was like, I think we were speculating that, hey, we're just going to take Fallout from Bethesda and throw it to Obsidian, and they're going to make the next Fallout game. But now there's potentially 4 Fallout projects in development, which is wild.
Well, and I mean, I guess my question is, to what degree are they? Like, are we actually seeing like New Vegas remakes, or like I would assume Obsidian is working on a Vegas 2 or something along those lines of a Fallout game. But like, who knows? Like, also like, what are the other ones? My question. Obviously, but core Bethesda is going to make Fallout 5. They draw that line in the sand, basically stating that and announcing the game in a weird way to announce such a huge monumental game, like especially like coming off the not even the heels because it was a decade ago, but announcing Elder Scrolls 6 in this grand, majestic way with this really big title treatment and then just disappearing forever. It's odd. It's odd that that's the way that they announced the game, but also it is interesting and it's probably important that they did it just because of the lack of faith with Xbox and the worries that all of us have with Bethesda in their direction, in the direction that Xbox is going. I feel like it's Todd Howard and that whole plethora of studios being like, bro, we gotta like get ahead of some of this just to make, I don't know, some peace of mind for our fans, which I appreciate. I like that even though it's not a grandiose announcement, it's not really a formal announcement, honestly. It's just like, hey, we're working on that game and it exists. But it's drawing that line in the sand stating, yo, then the next core number titled Fallout game is going to come from the team, Todd Howard's team. It's coming from that core Bethesda ones that we kind of wanted to come, right? But like, I mean, some people would say they would want the next one to be Obsidian, but that's neither here nor there. Yeah. But like, I don't know. This makes sense to me in my brain. Yes, it does stifle other things that Obsidian could be working on. But going back to our conversation from 2 weeks ago, it's like, yeah, what they should do is just make Obsidian make Fallout because Bethesda cannot operate the way they currently are, where we're waiting 15 years for the next Elder Scrolls game, and then waiting another 10 years for the Fallout after that? Like, I don't know. There needs to be that buffer, especially if like you want to hone in on that IP, which you should. And again, Obsidian made one of the best Fallout games, so like this is win-win, right? Like, I mean,
yeah, absolutely.
It sucks that we can't have anything new. Like the elephant in the room, Avowed. Like a lot of people really dug it. I didn't get to play it. I would still like to try it, but like I'd also like to see where that franchise could go. But at the same time, I'm like, well, what about Fallout? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, maybe I'm part of the problem there, but I'm kind of like excited about it. I don't know.
It definitely feels like it. This is exacerbated by the situation that Xbox is in, and they're in a like produce now mode or a win now mode. And like you can't wait to see if the Outer Worlds or Avowed or Grounded is the next huge IP that everybody can't wait to sink their teeth into. Outer Worlds, I mean, has 2 pretty successful games, and Avowed was well received, and Grounded is, I've played a good bit of Grounded. I think Grounded is really fun.
Yeah.
And it sucks. It sucks that we're basically not going to see those games for quite a while, if at all. Because it wouldn't surprise me if they're just relegated to being the Fallout studio going forward. It's interesting. Like, I think at least from a personal perspective, like the idea for me was like, well, Starfield underperformed. Starfield was not what Bethesda wanted it to be. It's not what Xbox was hoping it would be, and it will be a long time before we see anything from Starfield again. And from these reports, not only does it seem like, hey, Elder Scrolls is top priority. Fallout is in development with 4 different titles, but Starfield is actually viewed successfully. 17 million players since launch, and still going strong. Still plans for future DLC. Still plans to build out this game. So now you're talking about the possibility of Bethesda having 3 like gargantuan IPs to work between. You had the possibility of branching one of those off to Obsidian, which Todd Howard was on Kind of Funny's podcast, and the idea they brought in a guy, I can't remember his name, from Obsidian, and the way he was talking about having to turn Fallout over to them, you could hear it in his voice how he just was not happy about it.
Damn. Starfield's an interesting one because like it is like successful, right? Like, I mean, it's a new IP from a major studio. I think it just had, and I think Elder Scrolls has this same problem coming up for it. It's like the expectations are just too high for. It's like I feel similar to like the GTA 6. Granted, I think Rockstar is a studio that can actually deliver on those expectations. Bethesda love their games, but like I don't know that they can live up to the expectations of Elder Scrolls. I just don't know. Like, it's one of those franchises that have been clamored and dormant and used to be so relevant. I mean, like, you're talking about fucking coming off of Skyrim. Like,
Yeah.
it just feels like happened so long ago. It's just like, no matter how good that game is, it's still gonna be like, damn, this is what we got after all that time. You know what I mean? Like, and then the fact that Starfield came out as a new IP from that team, it just had so much like lofty expectation. And I'm not trying to defend the game because like it definitely had its fair share of problems, but like I from what I can tell, like at least just from the zeitgeist of the game is like it had a rocky launch and like since then they still doubled down. They supported the game. They gave it updates, DLCs after DLCs, and like, dude, it's a good game now. Like it legitimately is good,
Yeah.
and like it sucks that it took all that to get there, like this much time. But like you said, it is a franchise that could stand on its own again. Like we're just like gonna run into that again with the next Fallout as well, where it's just like, dude, we've been this far along without one. The expectations are gonna be too high and unsurmountable.
Yeah. I'm interested to see if maybe it's lessons learned for Elder Scrolls 6 and for Fallout, because it's not just Starfield that had that issue. I mean, Fallout 76 also had a very tumultuous launch, probably one of the most tumultuous launches in recent history. And
Yeah.
now Fallout 76 is widely regarded as a great game to play. It gets constant updates and expansions. The same with Elder Scrolls Online, which is, obviously creates a very navigatable environment, like funding wise, because those games are constantly bringing in monetized content
Yeah.
and money to the Bethesda platform.
76
So
is like a cash cow. Well,
a-
Elder Scrolls
absolutely.
Online too.
Which, speaking of which, so the rumors, and I think even Todd Howard made a comment on this, was that uh, Elder Scrolls 6 is in like playtesting phase.
Mm,
They're actually testing the game out. They have ZeniMax Online, which is the studio behind Elder Scrolls Online, uh, like supporting on the development of Elder Scrolls 6. So uh, potentially, maybe a little further along than the lack of information we've had in the
mm,
last 15 years would suggest.
yeah.
Um,
It's just hard to, but that's one of those like I'll believe it when I see it kind of things. Like
yeah,
similar to like before GTA 6 showed its first trailer. It's just like, does that game actually exist? I don't know. It'll probably be similar to that as well, where we're finally gonna see a blowout for it, and then it's gonna show a year and then get delayed by. Which I'll
yeah,
be happy just to see what the hell the game's gonna be. Traditionally, I'm not really an Elder Scrolls guy, but like, um, since Skyrim, I've played a bunch of Bethesda games and actually grew to like them quite a bit. It's just Skyrim's one that I passed on. Funny enough, my wife was a fan of Morrowind, which she's not a gamer. I'm like, that's a
oh
weird game for you to be into
wow,
as, as a non-video gamer.
that's
Very
three, right?
interesting.
That's Elder Scrolls 3, I think.
Yeah, it was the one before Oblivion,
Yeah.
which I guess was 4.
So interesting. I mean, Skyrim has got to be like, if it's not her favorite game, it's my wife's like close, like top. It's definitely top three for her. I
Mhm.
mean, she's been spending the last week modding and getting Skyrim ready to go again, which is the biggest part of the Bethesda's games is that it's just they're infinitely moddable and like you could experiment with them. Speaking of which, I think another part of this report was that like the content creation that Bethesda has opened up for its big titles, Fallout, Skyrim, the community builds and assets and stuff that you can build with these games has like creators have earned over like $10 million or something like that
Holy
since they
shit!
started this program. Yeah, it's nuts. Um, which I
Can
mean,
you
I mean that's a huge
what
thing
is
for.
that? Sorry, they have like an official program for creators making mods.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it launched with Starfield or more so with like 76. But they allow you to make your own like content and sell it on like some kind of like, I think I don't know if it's like a Bethesda marketplace or something, but like you can sell assets and things you've created and mods you've created for their games like openly through Bethesda and like monetize them and stuff. And yeah, their creators have made like $10 million with that.
That's such a backwards thing for like a big company to allow to happen. It's so weird. Like I had no idea that existed, and if I did, I had completely forgot. That's awesome.
Yeah, let's see. Bethesda's verified creator program allows community members to publish free mods or apply to become paid creators for games like Starfield, Skyrim, and Fallout 4. Approved creators receive royalties for selling their custom items, quests, and expansions through the official Bethesda Game Studios creation portal. It's just sick, right? That's really cool.
Does any other studio do that? That's crazy. I've never heard of that.
I guess does Dreams allow for monetization?
No. Dreams is all a free platform. I know.
Yeah. I don't know. It's really sick. I mean, with a lot of these games, Skyrim and Fallout, I mean, you don't have to buy mods. You can just go through Nexus, and so like the fact that it works for them. The fact that like Bethesda opened up this ability to be able to do this is super cool, and the fact that it's been profitable for creators is really cool.
Yeah, the fact that it's like proof in the pudding kind of deal, where it's like it's one of those things where it's like, well, I could just get the mods for free or whatever, but it's like, dude, no, like there's actual people that like supported those guys did that, as opposed to like, you know what's weird about it is like, I'm sure a lot of the people that make mods and just post them on wherever you said Nexus or whatever, they probably have a hey, donate link, but like nobody does that. But like if you're on an official storefront with like a real way to monetize, that's kind of cool. I like that. I like it. I like it. I didn't know that existed.
It is very cool. I think I'll be honest, like all of this news, and maybe I'm a little hypocritical because I was pretty inflammatory on Fallout or Bethesda in general last week or last episode. But like all of the news, I'm kind of itching. I played through Skyrim for the first time last year, and man, it's awesome. It is so good. And I kind of just want to play some more Bethesda games. If I had the time, I'd be jumping into a Fallout game right now. But I'm
Yeah, I mean, I never did play 4. I only ever played 3 and a bit of New Vegas. And I played like 10 minutes of Skyrim and killed a chicken on accident. Quit.
As you do, as one does. What do you think the cadence for these releases are? Like, when do you? I mean, I think we got the third season of Fallout, the TV show coming out next year, I think. And I wouldn't be surprised if they had one of these remakes or remasters ready to go, like to launch alongside the show. Especially, I think season 3 is rumored to be like New Vegas centric.
Yeah, and then I could easily see New Vegas having a remake next year. While like I imagine Obsidian having some development of that. I don't know if I don't know like who did the Oblivion remake or reimagining.
I think it's whoever they're going to be on whoever's Oblivion remake studio.
I feel like that team is probably already doing that, and Obsidian is working on a new Fallout, like a New Vegas 2, or it could. What if it's like a New York, or just like Fallout New York instead of New Vegas, or something like that?
New Orleans is like the perfect
New Orleans
spot
sick
for Fallout.
But like I think it'll be that not next year, but the year after, or maybe they do a year off. I don't know. The cadence is. I want to be optimistic and say next year we probably get one of the remakes, and the year after a new game. But
you think Obsidian's cooking out a New Vegas sequel in 2 years? I mean,
they put out 2 games like 3 years ago, right? With 2 years ago. Oh my God, was that just last year? Maybe I'm off. Avowed? When did that come out?
Avowed was 2 years ago, 2024.
They put that out the same year as Outer Worlds, right?
No, Avowed was last year.
Okay.
So last year they released Avowed, Grounded 2, and Outer Worlds too.
Yeah, so like I wouldn't be shocked at all. Like
Yeah.
that studio is fucking
That's
cracked. I don't know.
that's a great point. Yeah. The Oblivion remake was done by Virtuous, or the collaboration between
Mm.
Virtuous Studios and Bethesda. So
I
I would
think
imagine that's
the
who they're
remake's the
tagging
same
for
deal.
the remakes. Yeah, seeing a remake next year makes sense. Uh, maybe I'm thinking maybe Elder Scrolls 6 in 2028 rather than the the new Fallout, and then the new Fallout the following year maybe.
Yeah, I could see that. I just don't believe Elder Scrolls 6 is actually gonna happen soon. That
That
could be
soon,
the
it's been
plan.
15 years.
Yeah, I don't know. Something about it, man. Something about it just screams that game's not as far ahead. Even the playtesting thing.
Yeah,
Again,
I don't know.
because it is so lofty. Just I can't imagine the pressure of like
Yeah,
we get, they've had some drops like the Fallout 76, like the Starfield. Granted, had a good comeback, but like you can't do that with Elder Scrolls 6. Like
yeah.
it's
I
I don't
think we
know.
see it next year. I think we get our first revisit to Elder Scrolls 6 as an IP next year at one of the events.
And I think they can't reach them no matter what. And maybe they're aware of that and like, dude, we're just gonna put out a good ass game and be what it is.
What do you think the future of Starfield looks like? Do you think like this is a franchise that they expand on in the future, or they just keep pumping out like
Uh
DLC?
I feel like we get a sequel. Um but I don't really know the timeline. Like, because you have to imagine they finally get Elder Scrolls out. They jump into Fallout 5. We're gonna be up due for the next Elder Scrolls. It's like,
Yeah,
so like, I don't know,
that's
maybe not. I I don't think they leave that franchise to die though.
no, as well. It's successful. I mean, it's putting up numbers, and it's kind of like it feels like such a long time ago that the game came out, but like uh, the hype around that game when it was coming out was like almost comparable to what we're seeing from GTA 6. And I'm very curious if this wasn't a Game Pass game, if people had to buy Xbox consoles to get it, and if people had to purchase the game, if the sales numbers would look anything like what we're seeing from GTA 6 this year with like the $3 billion grossed sales
I don't think
in
that.
pre-orders.
I think it's more comparable to like a Cyberpunk, like where that was
Sure.
the like everything was looking at Cyberpunk as like the this is the next IP from the Witcher 3 devs. That was the same thing here where it's like this is the next IP from um Skyrim dev. I feel like that's a little more apt than the GTA. Well, you could be right because I remember when Skyrim came out, I think it was the same year as GTA 5 or at least around the same time and they were
Mhm.
like two just juggernaut. But then again, like that is Elder Scrolls the franchise. It wasn't a new IP. So
Sure.
yeah.
Yeah. But like, I remember the anticipation for Starfield feeling
Yeah.
like it was thick, you know, like people were like they were itching for this game, and then
Yeah.
the way it
Yeah.
just
Itchy.
I hate it, I hate it. um,
New
yeah,
Zealand. Interesting.
yeah, Fallout New Zealand. Um, well, let's piggyback off of this into the state of Xbox because I mean that's been very topical for the past like month and a half or so with all the nonsense around the layoffs and the creative decisions that they've been making. Does this are these announcements poorly timed? Do you think?
um well, I think these announcements are because of the the shit show of poorly timed announcements of the great rake debate as we called it. Um this is them trying to put rakes back down, you know? They're not flipping them back in their face. This is them trying to pick up the pieces in goodwill
So
in
I
any
get
way
that
possible. Yeah.
trying to generate goodwill. I totally get, but like, do you feel like this? these announcements come off as insensitive when it just had to lay off 136 employees, and Obsidian just had to lay off 70 employees, and we're like, hey, 3,200 people are without a job, or 1,600 people are without a job, and 1,600 more are coming down the pipeline. But hey, get really excited because we got Fallout and Elder Scrolls coming out. Like, I get you have to reestablish goodwill and good news, but like overall, it feels like, man, it would be really cool to just celebrate this.
Yeah.
And instead, it's kind of mixed of like, it feels like you're trying to bury the lead a little bit.
Yeah. Well, yes and no, I agree. But like the no part of me says like part of my issue with the whole Xbox debacle, call it, of the massive layoffs and everything is they did all that and still no plan seemed like it just seemed like they were doing that, didn't really have a plan moving forward other than like, yeah, I guess we'll just focus on our IPs and remanage the studios. And it's like, okay, but like, I don't have faith in you doing that. So it's like, you need to show me more specific, like for me to buy into that. And this is what I mean. Like, if you're gonna restructure and do all this, then like I need to know, like, yo, are you gonna deliver on like those IPs? Are you gonna pull Obsidian to make Fallout? Are you gonna make changes to Game Pass, which I think is coming up next? Like, I don't know. This is unfortunately, yeah, poor timing because everybody just lost their job, and here we are like getting hyped about studio that just did that. But at the same time, devil's advocate, this is like kind of what we needed to see in conjunction with that bad news. This is what we need. Like this is part of that roadmap, right? And then well, yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of comments like from other podcasts or just YouTube videos in general, like just like, look at Xbox burying the lead. Look at everybody, how quickly we forget 3,200 people losing their jobs just because some games got announced, and like it's hard. I echo that. Like I feel that. Like it does. It sucks. It sucks that we can't enjoy this, and it sucks to be in a place where you have to kind of choose between being excited about games and being sad for the state of the industry and the state of these dev teams. But there's also dev teams to support. Like there are still people at these studios like putting in good work and creating amazing experiences and games, and like that's what this industry is about. Like
I mean it is so easy to just be doom and gloom because it is all doom and gloom, like doom. Pardon the pun.
Yeah.
But like I mean, dude, like that studio going half to its size and stuff, like, yeah, but like, I would still be excited to see what that studio comes up with next, and I would still want to support that because I don't want to see this happen again. Like, I don't want it to be that way. And like, again, just devil's advocate, like, there were massive layoffs, there were like crazy moves, and like, did they restructure this in a smart way? I don't fucking know. But from what we see on paper, probably not. But at the same time, like a lot of that probably did need restructures. We saw them, claim there was like 38 rows of management before you see anything. There had to been cuts there, sure, but like I'm not trying to excuse and say, yeah, fire 3,200. That's crazy. But like at least I can see a part of the vision now where it's just like I don't know. I'm hoping this pays off. I want to believe in Xbox. I don't, but like them coming and saying like, "Yo, we got these games in development." I'm like, all right, bet I'll be happy to see those if they come out when they come out, and hopefully they're good. And that's like the only way you're gonna really get the goodwill is with the games. Unfortunately, yeah, now is the right time to say like this is what we got coming in the pipeline. Otherwise, we don't know jack shit.
And like they talked about the dominoes with Game Pass for a long time, about how the dominoes would just fall to keep people enriched in the environment of Game Pass and stuff like that. And now it really feels like you have to have that. Like you have to figure out a way to show that all of your key entries, your marquee franchises are here to play ball. And our next story, it doesn't look like that's the case. Because while Bethesda might be ready to fire on all cylinders, uh, Halo Studios is just gasping for air, dude. Like, uh, coming off of another article off of IGN, a brand new Halo multiplayer game has been scrapped, according to sources. A popular Halo YouTuber known as Rebs Gaming has reported that a new multiplayer project set in the beloved sci-fi universe was recently canceled. This report was also backed up by Windows Central's Jez Gordon, who stated that the news was 100% true. The new game was codenamed Eker and was being worked on by Certain Affinity, a studio that has done a lot of support work on previous Halo and Call of Duty titles. The game's origins began in a totally different project known as Tatanka, which was a battle royale esque Halo game. This was scrapped in favor of Eker, uh, and then Eker has now been scrapped. And now the only thing coming out from the Halo franchise, or even being worked on potentially from the Halo franchise, is Campaign Evolved.
What are we doing? What are we doing? Halo, like, for probably most Halo fans, maybe not most, but like a huge percentage of gamers that are Halo fans are fans because of the multiplayer. Like, you got to figure it out, guys. Like,
You got to do
that's
something.
that's the Halo thing. Is like, whether it's couch co-op or they were pioneers on online gameplay. Like when Xbox Live came out, like that was the fucking thing. And like Halo Infinite was awesome, except for the multiplayer. Like, well, granted, I actually enjoyed the multiplayer and it was cool, but like the way they doled stuff out, their vision and their plan for the content release, it was just a fucking disaster. And it's like, you're one of the biggest IP. They're the fucking Xbox IP. Like, y'all got to figure it out. I don't know what to tell you other than a Halo Battle Royale. I don't give a shit if it's a battle pass or whatever. Make sense on paper. Fucking the Halo ring, shrink it in. I don't know. Fucking figure it out. But like, what are we doing? The only Halo game that we have is a remake of the first one without even any fucking multiplayer. And it's crazy to me. I don't understand.
It's nuts.
I don't understand.
It feels so. Like, I remember Bethesda was getting, and Xbox mostly was getting a lot of flack for not having anything to key off on the Fallout TV show. And in the same way, like, not the TV show, because the Halo TV show was terrible apparently, but the battle royale craze that happened in like from like 20, what was it, when did that, 2017 to 2022 or something like that,
Yeah.
like the fact that Halo never keyed off on that with
Yeah.
with a Halo battle royale, or some kind of live service Halo multiplayer like game is bonkers to me.
It's crazy.
It's one of the biggest question marks in gaming, and like the fact that Infinite came out, and to most people's like degree, like Halo Infinite is a good game. Like Halo Infinite is very highly reviewed by the fan base, by people who like played it, and it just didn't perform well probably because of Game Pass and probably because of lack of support. They just didn't do anything with that game after its release, and like
and
you're looking at success stories like Fallout 76, where they just kept supporting the game, and like Starfield, where they just kept supporting the game and making it better and giving the fans what they wanted. And it's just like, Xbox, why couldn't you have done that with Halo?
Like, the bones were there too, because like, again, Halo Infinite single player, nothing but praises. The multiplayer was fun and it had the bones. It's just, where's the content? Where are the updates? What are we doing? What's the release schedule? And it's just like, oh, there's not one. What? Like, what do we? It's called Halo fucking Infinite, my guys. Like, what do we do?
Yeah.
And like, sure, abandon that. But like, the fact that again we're getting another Halo game and it's just single player, great, fantastic. It's the first one, everybody loves it. But like, it's another one where we just send it out. It's gonna be a whatever. Like, this franchise is just like drowning it, right? Like, am I crazy to say that? But like, why don't we have a fucking Fortnite contender with the Halo franchise, or not even Fortnite, but like shit. What the hell's the game? I can't think of the game. Maybe it is Fortnite. I don't know. I'm tired.
Valorant, Overwatch. What are we talking about?
I'm thinking of the Call of Duty one. What is it?
Oh, Warzone.
Warzone. Thank you. Yeah. But yeah, the fact that we don't have those like toe to toe, like it just blows my mind. I don't understand. And you literally have a studio dedicated to Halo games. What are they doing? Depressing.
Yeah. It's like if Campaign Evolved doesn't set the world on fire, and it won't. Like what are they doing? What is the next? Is Halo like? Are they shelving Halo? Like,
Are we cooked,
I don't
chat?
know.
Like I don't know.
Are we cooked? Yeah, it certainly feels like it. Um, on top of that, more Xbox news. Today they announced that Xbox is introducing backwards compatibility for PC with like key Xbox titles. It's launching with 4 titles today: Blinks, The Time Sweeper,
Hell yeah.
Conquer Live and Reloaded, Crimson Skies, High Road to Revenge, and Fusion Frenzy.
Hell yeah.
This baffles me, Curly. And we talk and
Yeah?
look, egg on my face, because 2 weeks ago I begged the drum for Xbox has got to go exclusive. Xbox has got to pull away day one titles from Game Pass. It's got to pull its stuff off of PC. It's got to go full console exclusive. And they're like, you know what, Ryan? We hear you. You're an idiot. We're putting our games everywhere, even though we're keeping Gears of War EA exclusive and setting up Clockwork Orange to die. Like, I don't understand the message.
Because the
I
hand's not
don't.
fucking talking to the other fucking hand, man. I'm sort of saying, like, I talked about it, but like, it seems like they're just fucking willy nilly. We're gonna do this. No, actually, we're doing that. This is great. This is a cool move, and like I stand by. I don't think Xbox should be focusing on exclusive at all because of the hardware crisis and because of just where they are as a company and brand. Like they need to just get people to play the games and fall in love with the franchises in the fucking games. And like Xbox has always done such a good job. Maybe not always, but like maybe always, but like such a good job with backwards compatibility. And like as a PlayStation and Nintendo fan and owner, like I've always been jealous. The move to like, hey, put your old disc in this. Guess what? You get to play the game. Also, we're giving you updates and like. Granted, I'm not a PC gamer. I don't give a fuck about this except for the fact that like, oh, this is cool. I hope they do this for all the games. It's awesome. I'm excited for it.
Yeah. For further context, each of these games are now available for purchase on PC and also included with all tiers of Xbox Game Pass plans. If you already own a digital license of these games on console, the licenses now carry over to your PC or handheld. So that includes like the new Xbox ROG Ally X and whatever the heck their handhelds are called. But man, in any other circumstance, this would just be like, and it is. It's amazing news. It's really cool that they're doing this, but like also, like I just don't understand what they're doing, and I need more information. And at the same time, they got to stop talking. I don't know what it is. They they either
Just
talk
shut
too
up.
much, or they talk too much, and I still have no idea what Xbox is doing. Like,
Yeah, I think wholeheartedly this is just low prep for the Helix or whatever's next, because the next console I do believe is gonna be very much Windows based kind of platform, and like that'll be Xbox. They're gonna be PC console hybrid. I feel like they're basically confirming that with this move. I mean, like they're gonna make all these games backwards compatible, Game Pass or whatever. Yeah. Whenever you get
this
the
thing's gonna
Helix or
cost an arm and a
whatever.
leg, though.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I don't I don't know how well it's gonna do, but I mean that I do think that that's the plan. Is like, well, we're basically gonna be a PC competitor, so might as well make all our older games backwards compat on PC. I like that they included the digital license thing. That's the
Yeah.
exact type of moves we need to be seeing in you know the coming years because of the physical media crisis that is going to be no more. Um, I sure hope that that's going to be across the board soon.
Yep. Yeah, I'm excited to see what else rolls out to this. It's also note, in addition to making these games available on PC for the first time ever, we've added new features to enhance the experience on PC while preserving the original gameplay. Players can customize graphic settings, including up to 4 times resolution upscaling, VSync support, full screen and window display modes, anisotropic filtering, enhanced anti-aliasing, and more. These games also include customizable language and audio settings, and I believe they have like gamer score support now.
Oh, on PC? How does that work?
Like they have they have achievements attached to them where they
Right.
didn't on the original Xboxes and stuff or something.
Oh, I see what you mean. Wait, so how does the Xbox achievement work when you're playing on PC? Connect to your gamer profile and all still? I never
I guess.
played it.
I mean, if you're playing on Game Pass, it does. But I putting these games on PC does. I mean, I guess that means they're also coming to Steam in some or maybe I don't. What exactly that entails? Can you buy them through the Microsoft Store or
Oh,
something?
that's a good point. Like, do you? Because there is like a native Xbox app for Windows, right? Wonder if
Mhm.
that's the only place you can buy it. I don't know though, or the Microsoft Store.
Yeah,
Which,
I mean, even if you did, once you have the game, like you can just launch it in Steam. Like,
yeah,
um,
interesting.
but yeah, it's an interesting. I'm excited for PC gamers, you know, and I'm very interested to see where Xbox is going with all of this.
Yeah,
Um, but it's very cloudy. Like what their plans are, don't make a lot of sense to me right now.
yeah. We'll see.
Moving on to our next topic, we're going to talk about Nintendo. Nintendo has made some small news in the last couple weeks. Um, they've announced a plans, or at least that they're talking about a Switch to OLED, but they're concerned on pricing. Obviously, I still think it's a complete miss that we didn't have an OLED screen from the jump. But I imagine the Switch 2 would have cost an insane amount if they had at the time. In recent news, Nintendo issued a statement that it will not refund players who purchased a Switch 2 uh, with the increased prices due to the tariffs. Nintendo has sued the Trump administration or
Hell
America, I
yeah.
guess, about the tariff prices, and they won their legal case. And now, in turn, some gamers have turned around and sued Nintendo for a refund on the elevated prices that they had to pay for the Switches. Um, Curly, what side do you fall on for this one?
We talked a little bit about it before we started, and I'm of the mind of like, I guess like I don't maybe I'm misremembering, but I don't recall. I know there was the whole pricing debacle of like the Trump administration said for tariffs right whenever the Switch 2 is launching, and there was literally a delay in the US, right? Like it was like a ugh,
Right.
we don't know what the price is going to be. Not a delay, but we didn't know what it was going to cost. And then we did. And so it's just like, do we really what do we know about what it was initially going to cost versus what it costs after the I don't know. I don't maybe that answer is out there, maybe I'm just misremembering. But like at the same time, uh I I personally think the console's reasonable price for what you get. I never really thought it was like egregious or like not worth it personally. But also, I would feel better about this if Nintendo wasn't already planning on raising the price of the hardware. Um, just because, like, I don't know, it in my head, like, I'm like, okay, they're suing them to get a refund for the tariffs because they theoretically put the Switch out at a loss, maybe because they still wanted make it a good price for U.S. consumers. But now that they won the case, it's like, do we really still have to have that price hike on top of what initially was priced with the tariffs in mind? That seems kind of weird. So like, I get where gamers are coming from, but at the same time, like I would not be able to justify being like, hey, what about a refund? Like, do you want them to realistically refund the 13 million Switches or whatever are sold, like how would that even work? Like logistically, like what's the system there? Like what are we talking about? Like
Yeah, I think it's just like, it's accountability and ownership. You made a decision. Like, yes, the price hiked. Yes, you paid for it. You made a conscious decision to buy a Switch to in that time span. And I mean, just because the tariffs like were reversed, or like Nintendo was receiving um, reparations for the tariffs they had to pay, like doesn't entitle you to a refund. Like, you still agreed to pay a certain price for a Switch when you didn't have to.
yeah. And again, like I agree with that statement. I get why it feels bad that now it's about to be more. It's like, well,
Yeah.
that sucks. But like, that's not the tariffs. That's the hardware issue and everything else go. Um, but it's not like they're also like, well, now that we're getting refunds for that, the Switch is cheaper. But like I said, it seemed reasonably priced to begin with. Um, enough so that I bought one day one, and I never looked back. Like I was never like, man, these damn tariffs made this thing cost this much. And it's like I never felt like if they uh got rid of the tariffs or got reparation that I would be entitled to a refund. That seems silly to me. I don't know. But
Also, it's the most affordable console on the market by far.
right.
So
And I
it's
mean,
like,
it plays current gen games and it's
yep.
affordable and it's portable. It might not look the best of the best, but like, dude, I still think
Nick, could you
that,
imagine the numbers Nintendo would be doing if they could get GTA 6 to run on the Switch too?
yeah, I mean, I see it coming probably not
You think?
on launch, but yeah, I think it comes
Yeah, I don't know. Seeing that the PS5 Pro only runs
30
GTA
FPS.
6 at 30 FPS, I have doubts that that game's ever running on the Switch
Yeah,
2.
you're probably right.
In other news from Nintendo, a slogan was revealed, or like a marketing slogan was revealed for Ocarina of Time remake, "Reborn Across Time," which is just the sickest thing
Badass.
I've ever heard. I'm. Does this kind of hint at the the game being a reimagining, or do you think they're just playing on the timey wimey stuff of Ocarina?
I think it's timey whiny stuff. Timey wine, tiny tiny Tina. What did we say? Tiny wimey?
Timey wimey.
Timey wimey. Thank you. I think it's more playing along with that. Uh, I do think maybe it's a meet in the middle type of situation. I still stand firmly that like I don't think this game is going to be like this is a Breath of the Wild of like Ocarina of Time. And we talked about it in the Discord, but like I guess my question is for people that are like I want this to be reimagining, like what does that actually look like? Because that to me when I picture this remake, I stand by that it's going to be the same game with quality of life fix. But the quality of life fixes are things such as like it's going to have an actual moving camera instead of the Z target uh thing because you got dual analog. It'll have that fixed. It'll have like more to do in Hyrule Field. That's going to be fleshed out. But like to what degree is like a reimagining actually to this game? Because like we've brought up comparisons of like RE2 to the original and the remake being completely reimagined. But like RE2 had fixed cameras everywhere and pre-rendered backgrounds all over the place. And like Ocarina of Time, for the most part, plays like a modern game. So like what do you mean by reimagining? Like what exactly does that entail? Like are we talking about the stuff that I'm talking about or does it go deeper?
To me, I think you can leave the story alone, but you got to fill out the world a little more.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe some more side quest content, and then but like mostly just like Hyrule Field has got to be filled out and fleshed out a little more. Maybe expand on the environments a little bit. I don't know if you touch the layouts of the dungeons, but I mean reimagining those in cool ways. Maybe I don't think the combat's super great in Ocarina. So maybe some kind of revamped combat system, more in line with the tiers in Breath of the Wild games. Um, I mean, Zelda combat is Zelda combat. I
Hmm.
still think that's probably the weakest part of that franchise, and I don't think the combat ever feels great. But maybe reimagining some of the bosses, and I don't think anything like too drastic, but like I definitely think you got to flesh it out a little bit.
Like I've seen people like pitch this as like, well, it's gonna be like playing Ocarina of Time, but more in like the Breath of the Wild engine, things like that. I'm just like, y'all are crazy. That's not even the same game.
Yeah, I don't want
Like,
that.
I don't know. Like,
That doesn't work.
it's gotta be, I mean, it's gotta be back to the traditional Zelda Metroid kind of feel where you go dungeon to dungeon. The dungeons are complex, they got shortcuts, but like I feel like you can't fuck with those too much. Like this, if it's Ocarina of Time, it has to be that game. And like I just personally see Nintendo making it more of like the Star Fox remake. And by that I mean I do think they do flesh out. I think they're gonna have more cutscenes. I feel like it's gonna be voice acted. And beyond that, it's gonna have the bones of the game, but like really the only thing that that game needs that it's missing in a modern context is more to do in Hyrule Field. Like if is that considered a reimagining? Sure, I guess. In that case, yeah, I think it is. But like otherwise, I just feel like anybody expecting more than that is just setting themselves up for failure. I feel.
I think the main thing, and just from the Reborn across time, I think Reborn is not something that plays on the timey-wimey aspects of Ocarina. I think using the word reborn is indicative of how I feel like they're going to approach this. And the reveal trailer also indicates like they're treating this incredibly like from a cinematic perspective. Like this is a
Mhm.
cinematic spectacle, and they are going to play on the legend and the mystique of the original game, and they're going to. I feel like they're going to amplify that, like
Mhm.
the VO from the Deku tree, the framing of the way you see Link from the top, the graphics or the fidelity of the game, the way it looks, the art style they chose, everything seems to lean towards this being a very cinematic experience. And I kind of feel like they may, while I don't think they'll make changes to the story, I think they got to flesh it out a little bit. They got to
Yeah.
like potentially voice acted. I don't. That still remains to be seen, but I definitely could see an argument for that with the VO work already.
Yeah, I feel
Um,
like they basically confirm it with the reveal trailer that it's gonna have. Why would they only have it for the deck? I don't think it's gonna be every conversation, but cutscenes will be voice act. And and yeah, I agree the cinematic, but that's kind of where I'm at with like the Star Fox, because Star Fox the remake is way more cinematic. Like it is, but like I wouldn't necessarily say that that's a reimagining, but maybe that's where I'm getting mixed up on what a reimagining is. Like I guess I don't expect it to be one for one, but I expect it to be a lot closer than I think other people. And by that I mean they'll flesh out the story, they'll add cutscenes, they'll add VO, but like when you're actually
yeah,
playing the game and playing the dungeons, you're playing Ocarina of Time, but it's beautiful. Like
no, I think that's it exactly. No, but that to me is a reimagining. If it's just a
okay,
one for one, and what I've always said is like if it's a one for one remake, I think that people are going to have problems with this game. It's not gonna. It's I don't think it'll be on the game of the year platform at the end of the year. Um, but if they reimagine this the way that and breathe life into a one of the most storied games in the history of video games and make it available like more accessible for a modern audience, I mean, we could be looking at the same thing all over again.
yeah.
Um,
That's where these get confusing to me because like people say the Star Fox one is 1-to-1 just because it is, but it's not. It's like it's so weird. Like I don't know what these are. I don't know. It is weird because like gameplay, yeah, it's Star Fox. The level design is exactly the same, but there it's way more cinematic. It's way more beautiful. It is technically a reimagining. It's a completely different art style and character design. Like I don't know. It's weird. That's what I'm picturing. Like the Reborn Across Time. I feel like again, it's meeting in the middle. between what a remake and a reimagining. I don't think it's going to be, it's not going to be the Resident Evil 2, because Resident Evil 2 remake, when you're playing it in the moment, it doesn't feel like you're playing the original. It just doesn't. And I don't think that's what we get here. It's going to feel like Ocarina, but with those fixes, quality of life fixes. And I guess we'll probably argue about this for years to come, whether that counts as a rematch.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
There was a video I watched on this that like kind of like framed it as if, what if they remake Ocarina of Time, but it's a 3-part remake the way like a la Final Fantasy VII, and they split the early, like the kid Link section of the game and the adult Link section of the game into 2, and then part 3 is Majora. And to that I say that's nuts, and this game doesn't need that in any sense.
Neither did Final Fantasy, you know? It didn't need that, but we got it and it was great. So like, who knows?
Yeah. Fair enough.
Did we need a whole game for Midgard? Not really, but it kicked ass.
Absolutely. Absolutely. See, that's the difference. And maybe that's what I'm most worried about is like, is the substance there for them to, would there be substance in Ocarina to flesh it out the way Final Fantasy? Because Final Fantasy had an entire world to play with, multiple cities, multiple character storylines to flesh out, to give more breadth, and to space it out into 3 games where it's like you're just following Link here, and there's a couple hub towns and stuff, but like
you couldn't be more wrong, bro. You could not be more wrong. Like, again, this is not what I want, but like you 1000% could make the just kid section its own game. Like if you flesh it out the same way that Final Fantasy, because you've got Kakariko Village, you got the Deku Tree, you've got Hyrule. That's a whole thing. You got Zelda, you got Ganondorf, you got all these weird side characters, you got the Zoras, you got the giant fish, you know, like the Gorons. Like, dude, you absolutely could. I don't want that. I don't want to wait 15 years to play Ocarina of Time Part 3 or whatever. But like, if that is the direction that they went, 100% they can make it and it would be incredible. But I don't know if I want to wait that long. You know, do I want that in my heart? Probably. I might not live to see it though.
There's also speculation that this is like a relaunching of the Zelda timeline, like that they're doing a soft reset with Zelda, and this is this is the future of what the Zelda series is going to play off of. Is this game?
I don't buy that. I feel like Nintendo
I don't buy that at all.
Barely cares about the timeline, and they just put it all together to just be.
To me, the timing of this seems to correlate directly with what our next story is, which is the interview that you brought up from Miyamoto. In an interview with Miyamoto, he said, "I don't decide everything about the lineup, but we did discuss that." This is talking about the Star Fox remake and a couple of other games that have come out recently. I don't decide everything about the lineup, but we did discuss that we have an idea to include Fox in the script for the movie, the Super Mario Galaxy movie. So we definitely want to do Star Fox game. Sometimes things get decided after we discuss them. We started working on the first Mario movie, the Super Mario Bros. Movie, and Princess Peach Showtime around the same time. And we talked about things like, if we have this game, shouldn't Peach be more energetic in the movie too? It was decided early on that Yoshi would appear in the Super Mario Galaxy movie, so we decided to make a Yoshi game. And that's how development of Yoshi and the Mysterious Book began. It's a case-by-case situation, but I think we'll continue to maintain a good relationship between games and other developments. So to me, this basically says, hey, Ocarina of Time Remake is because next year's Zelda movie is going to be Ocarina of Time focused.
Yeah, I mean, I stand by. I think that's what the movie should be, just because it is most people's like Zelda story. Between like that and like Link to the Past, I feel like, I guess Link to the Past even less, because that like such a bare bones like story versus Ocarina of Time. Well, both anyway. It just makes sense, and it's just so adaptable to a movie because, again, like you're saying, it can be made like so cinematic and. But I some of this I'm like, well, yeah, no shit. You guys were gonna make a fucking Yoshi game either way, so it's just like,
yeah,
we had to because of the Mario Galaxy movie. The part that I find interesting is like the way they kind of synergize the character development of Peach in the movie, because they're like, if Princess Peach Showtime was a game they're developing, and they're like trying to make Peach more of a character and doing all these crazy things, and then you see that reflected in the movie of how she is a badass, and she is so on another level to even Mario's platforming, and it's like acrobatic and shit. And dope. Like, I mean, that's kind of cool, right? Like the fact that um the two teams, like I guess Illumination and Nintendo, are able to collaborate at that level where Nintendo's like, yo, I mean, we got this Peach game, and like this is kind of how we're taking our character. Like, why don't we show that in the movie? That's cool. And then the Star Fox of it gets messy because it's like, hey, we decided that we're gonna put Fox in the movie. We need to have a Star Fox game. That lends to the remake idea making a lot more sense timeline wise, of like that's probably a lot easier and quicker to put out than a brand new Star Fox game. Um it's odd to me, the difference in character portrayals. You know what I mean? Like, because you just said like the synergy of Peach between the game and then the movie, and then you have just two wildly different Fox McClouds. So
That's
like,
true.
I don't know. I don't know if I 100% buy all of that, but like I'm
Yeah.
interested in that, and I think it is exciting that they're at least cognizant of the synergy there. I think it's
I think like I approve of this. I don't have any issues with this aside from the fact of like, and maybe they just didn't know how much Peach was going to pop off in the movie. But like, you have if you're telling me like, hey, we developed Princess Peach Showtime to go along with the fact that Peach is going to be in the Mario movie, like, why didn't you do a better job? Like, why didn't you give her a better
oh,
game? Like,
bro. I mean, listen, like Princess Peach Showtime is way better than it has any right to be. The problem with that
any right
game,
to be?
the problem with that game is the performance. It needs a Switch 2 upgrade. Like, the game itself is super varied and super interesting, and like actually has like decent combat, and like I love all the different things that they tried with Peach, like with the different costumes and the different styles of gameplay. It's just its performance and graphics bad. Like it felt cheap. It didn't feel good. Which maybe that's what you're getting at. Like, I wish the game like felt better, like a fucking Mario game does. And like, it sucks that a Peach game kind of feels a little bit stiff. But honestly, like if they remastered that game on Switch 2 and like tightened it up, it's a great game. Like, I had a lot of fun with what I played of it. But granted, I didn't play all of it.
It just feels a little. I played through the majority of the demo, but it felt very like gimmicky
Mm.
uh, in the way that like I don't know it. You have your upper echelon of Nintendo games. The way like Nintendo's like, hey, these are our flagships. These are the games that we put everything we have into, and then you have the games that are just slightly underneath, where it's like, yeah, well, best
Yeah.
effort.
I don't I don't know. I mean, I like some of the modes better than others, but like some of them were like sword fighting Peach. That shit was dope, man. It was cool. Had cool like tracing particle effects with character movements, and like again, the combat was fun. Neither here nor there. I actually think the game is better than it gets credit for, but it does run like shit on the Switch. I don't know if it runs better on the Switch too. Actually, it's one that
Yeah.
we got for Ace because he really wanted it, and then I played it more than he ever did.
Now, like second counterpoint to this, uh, if if these games are being made to coincide with the releases of the movie, it begs the question like, why is Ocarina this year? Why is the remake this year instead of next year with the movie? Um, so I don't know if I fully like. It's a kind of like again that doesn't really matter. But like I don't know if I fully buy this or if this is maybe just like cute talk.
It's early next year though, right?
I don't know if we have March of next year, maybe.
I
I don't
think
know
it's
if we
either
have a
February or
firm
March
release.
or something. It's pretty early in the year, so like Nintendo need to fill out its fall this year with game, and like Ocarina of Time seems like a slam dunk to me. So like it makes sense to me in my head where I'm like, well, what's the big fall game where we're gonna remake Ocarina of Time? It's like, say less, bitch.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like, say
Well,
less,
I'm not
like,
complaining that we're getting in the game
yeah,
this year by any stretch. I'm just, it's
it,
interesting, like towards the statement of these games are being made to coincide with other media.
yeah, I don't necessarily think that means they need to come out like month to month or day to date, but like, it's like Fox, for example, like probably the same span of space where it's just like we saw the Galaxy movie, and then all of a sudden there's a Star Fox game coming out like 6 months later, or I don't know the actual timeline. You're probably right. It probably is a lot shorter, but yeah. I mean, Zelda's going to be in the zeitgeist from Ocarina out, and we'll wait probably no less. I mean, they put out a Zelda something every. Maybe we'll finally get the things we've been wanting on Switch
Yeah, fair
ports.
enough. I mean, it is also is Zelda's what 40th anniversary this year, so
Mhm.
that's fair. The release date of the Legend of Zelda movie is April 30th, 2027,
Oh, it's later than.
which we could be getting a trailer for soon with all of the stuff going on.
Oh, yeah. You think we'll get Zelda 40th this year instead of next year, or
Isn't Zelda 40th is this year, right?
yeah? I don't know why. Wait, is it? Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, so we'll get a Zelda 40th direct, and we're gonna see a trailer and probably Ocarina, which is gonna be
That's a
insane.
good point. That's oh man. That you think that's the September direct?
Probably, yeah. I mean,
Yeah, that sounds good.
just Zelda centric, and I mean, God, I guess you don't need anything else. Like, but like, it kind of begs the question of like, we'll have more to announce next year. No, it's I don't know. Nintendo's
Yeah,
weird with the anniversary.
it is. Let's move on to our last. Unless you got any closing thoughts on Nintendo before we
Mm-mm.
move on.
Oh, Splatoon Raiders came out. Shout out.
Splatoon Raiders site. I'm gonna hop into that after we get off here and sacrifice some sleep because I cannot wait. The reviews are very glowing.
I'm probably gonna
I'm
get
very
it.
excited.
Ace really wanted to play it, and I got Splatoon 3 sometime last year. I think maybe during Christmas. Found myself enjoying just the single player, even though it's not like the best single player campaign. Like, I thought it was pretty fun.
Yeah, yeah. I'm really excited to play with Arya. I'm a little disappointed there's no local co-op, but uh,
Mm, yeah.
you know, we'll make do. Um,
Does it have? I'm
oh,
sorry, derail real quick. Does it have the game share where you can play on Switch 2 and other Switch 1 players can play as well? Or
that I don't know.
mm,
If it does, I'm in luck, but I'm not sure if it does or not.
yeah, I know some games do that, and it's like, oh, weird, nice, but weird.
Let me see
Star
real quick.
Fox, for example, does that.
Splatoon Raiders have local or what is it called? Game share.
I guess local game share. I don't know. They call it something.
Yeah, no, Splatoon Raiders does not support the standard unrestricted digital game share feature. While local wireless and online multiplayer are available for up to 4 players, each person must have their own copy of the game and their own console.
Damn.
And what I found out, or what I saw earlier, was that it won't work on Switch One anyway. So it's a Switch.
Gotcha.
This is a Switch 2 exclusive, I believe.
Yeah. Well, that's what I mean. That's what's weird is the Switch 2 exclusives will have that local game share, whatever, and Switch 1 can still play it. I guess host it from it. I don't know how it works. It's magic. Been the
Yeah,
case. I guess Raiders is less targeted as a multiplayer game in the more
yeah.
of
I mean,
that is
well, I
its
mean,
bag, right?
it's on like it's PVE or well, it's not PVE, but like online co-op is a big feature of this game, I think.
Oh, I didn't realize that. I thought it was more of just like a single player adventure.
I mean, you can definitely play it that way, but I don't know if like if it's slated one way, like more heavily one way or the other. Moving onward, we just talked about Xbox, we talked about Nintendo. Now it's time to talk about the Sony ponies. Uh,
You
some
want it? Let's do it.
some big news, some medium news, small news out of out of Sony. We'll start with possibly the most exciting. A new Wolverine trailer dropped, and we're going to live react to it. Or Curly's going to live react to it because he has not seen it yet, correct?
Correct. Yeah, I haven't seen this. Pulling it up now. Vet form.
Yeah. And some other things that we're going to talk about. Actually, I won't even talk. I won't even go into that. Wolverine, very excited. But possibly my most excited September release. Maybe it's between that and The Blood of Dawnwalker. Our boy Dennis has been doubling and tripling down on the fact that he thinks this game's going to be a dud. That he expects it to be a flop from Insomniac. And I just want to say, like, when Dennis, and I know you're going to watch this at some point, and I'm going to make sure you watch it because I'm going to clip this out and I'm going to make you watch it on repeat. Because I want you to look me into the windows of my soul right here, and I want you to remember this, that when this game comes out and it sets the world on fire and it's nominated for Game of the Year, and you counterpicked it on whatever fantasy critics that you counterpicked it on, and you're all sad and you're in your beautiful Swedish home and and you cried your beautiful Swedish tears. I want you to remember that I told you so, that we told you so. We told you were making a mistake. We told you that you were on the wrong side of history. And I'm never going to let you forget it.
Well said. All right, let's do it.
Let's do it.
I don't know how you'll watch.
I just had the Twitch stream up and kind of like mute.
Playing now. Yeah.
I've lived long enough. It's all started to blur together.
Yeah.
Every fight. Every death.
Oh, sick.
Trying to hold on. I can feel it slipping
The
away.
transitions on this are cool. I like the photo thing. Oh,
yeah.
dude. That's sick. Man, I'm about to show how fake of an X-Men fan I am. I recognize the character. I can't think of the name. Oh, shit.
There won't be anything
I know
left.
Jean Grey's in the game, but are they like together?
Rage.
That was a good trailer.
PlayStation.
It was mostly just like CG, but like definitely more story vibes there, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. So the interesting thing is it's been, I think it's revealed that the X-Men are not a thing.
Right.
In this universe. And
Which
I don't know if that means that they're not a
I don't
thing
like that.
anymore or they haven't started yet, because the leaked Insomniac roadmap kind of showed that they're planning on doing an X-Men game. And then you got the picture of him and Jean together,
Yeah.
which is like, what are they doing? What's going on here? Like,
Yeah. It could be that there was no X-Men, but there was still like a team that they were a part of or something. I'm wondering if Cyclops is in the mix there. Like that's one of like the best things about the X-Men is like that love triangle. And it is weird because the photo when it reveals it seems very much like they're a couple, like, which is like,
yeah,
what's going on there? It could be interesting, but I hope Cyclops is in this game now.
me too. Look,
Like-
personally, Cyclops is my favorite X-Men. Sorry, James Marsden. I'm sorry I doubted you for so long. I hope there's like I hope there's tension. I hope there's like maybe he's on the outs from the X-Men or something like that. Maybe we get to fight Cyclops or something. But I want to see more. I almost feel like I still haven't seen enough from this game, and it comes out in 2 months.
Yeah, dude, man, that was, just a good like trailer, just the way the transitions hit. That scene in the nighttime with the rain, like that looked awesome. Like
It looks awesome.
I love a good like rain city setting like that, and like as
Oh,
much
yeah.
as I like the typical Wolverine Canadian wilderness, like I liked that it was kind of more like city based, and like again that rain was shiny and ooh, it looked beautiful. I'm excited. Yeah, that was great. I
Yeah,
don't know who is the girl with the claws. Who was that?
oh, Lady Deathstrike.
Okay, all right. I like recognize her, but like my X-Men knowledge is like pretty bare. Like I've
Yeah,
watched
we've
all the live action, and I've watched most of the animated series as a kid, and I don't remember a lot of it.
we've got a lot of the core Wolverine villains, I think, already shown in this game. You got Red X,
Mhm.
you've got Sabretooth, you got Lady Deathstrike. I don't know. I think there's one more that was revealed. It's not Stryker. But
At one
there's, I
point,
mean,
we see a
they
Sentinel.
meant, huh?
At one point, we see a Sentinel, right, on the first trailer.
Yep, yep. You saw Sentinel, uh, and I think that might be it. But
Yeah,
regardless, I mean, this game's setting up to be. I mean, everything. Insomniac doesn't miss, and that's my biggest problem with Dennis's take. Is like, maybe you're not the biggest Wolverine fan. Maybe you've got superhero fatigue, but like, Insomniac does not miss ever. And quite frankly, as excited as I am for this game, maybe I wouldn't mind if they missed on a superhero game every once in a while, so that we could get back to the franchise that I really care about. But they keep,
you stupid.
but they keep cranking out these bangers, so Ratchet can wait. Like, I
Yeah,
mean, like,
dude. I mean,
they
like
just keep doing it. Like,
the thing with like, and I love Spider-Man too. I think it's awesome, but like I felt fatigue of it. I was like, man, I'm not as excited playing this as I was the first time, and that's not to discredit the game. Again, I think it's very well made. I like the story. Love what they did with Venom in that game a lot, and like it's just like I've kind of done this already with 2 games already. I'm like,
yet, I
this,
think if you don't have Morales in between, you don't feel that as much.
yeah, but I don't want Morales to go away either. I love that game. I
I don't
love
either. I
him
don't either.
taking front seat, and that his story made me cry. God, it was so
Yeah,
good.
no.
Um,
Those are 3 amazing games, though. And yeah, there
yeah,
was a little bit of fatigue for 2. I think if I went back and played 2 now, I would feel like, yeah, this game rips, dude.
yeah, I think so. I think I need to play it again probably in maybe a year or two. But this game feels so drastically different than Spider-Man just because of the idea that this feels way smaller in like scope as far as like world. Like it seems like we're just linearly traveling location. It's clearly not in the same setting. The whole game like New York is with Spider-Man, which is exactly
Yep.
what I want for a Superman. I mean Superman for a superhero game right now. Cause like I'm a bit burnt on the open world city exploring traversal thing. Like I just want like a nice narrative. I hate to say it, but an Uncharted type experience, but with super.
That's
Like
what we're
that's what
getting.
that's what I
I
want.
feel like that's what we're getting. Wolverine Uncharted, and this dude, and that's my big another thing for Dennis. And I'm sorry, I'm if Dennis, if you watch this, I'm sorry, I'm harping on you a little bit, but like, coming off of 007 First Light, all this guy has been talking about is Uncharted and the cinematic experiences and how like nobody's come close to Uncharted, and 007 doesn't come close to the set pieces in Uncharted. This looks like it could.
Yeah, I mean
To me.
that extended gameplay, or not extended gameplay, the gameplay trailer that we saw, and the stuff that was going on with the truck and like the chain and like the way he's flipping it over and you're jumping and shit, like that felt so Uncharted coded. But like when you're dealing with Wolverine and Logan, like I do hope that the tone is a little bit more Last of Us. You know what I mean? Like I want it to be a little bit,
Yeah,
it's a
a
Wolverine
serious story.
story. I hope that it is a little more dreadful than an Uncharted game, which is awful for me to say. I want to feel bad. You know, I hope this makes me sad and feel bad. But like that's
Yeah.
kind of what I want out of this game, and like that's the one thing that I've been missing from the reveals. The first trailer didn't really deliver that to me. The second one was mostly gameplay, but like this one shows like a little bit of tension here, especially with like him obsessed with whatever's going on with the gene stuff. I hate that we saw Gene already in here and everything seems okay there. I don't know. The Jean Grey stuff's weird, but
Yeah,
like this bit, if I hadn't seen that gameplay, would have been way more intriguing.
yeah. I hate that. My biggest thing that I hate so far about the Wolverine like marketing cycle or trailer reveals is the second that Jean Grey was revealed, the only thing the internet can talk about is her character model and not liking the way she looks and stupid gaming culture and the stupid
Oh
dumb
my
people out
god.
there.
I mean,
You know who I'm talking about. Yeah.
yeah, you're not wrong, and I agree. I do wish she had like more of her traditional. It is weird
Sure.
that she doesn't.
I think there's still
Yeah.
a chance for that. I don't think
Yeah,
maybe
for
they're
sure.
saving that.
But I know what you're talking about. That I don't think is what they're alluding to.
They're not talking about the costume. They're
Yeah.
talking about the same thing they talked about with Mary Jane in the Spider-Man games.
They're trying to goon to somebody that you don't need.
Exactly.
I mean, honestly, still attractive.
It's great. I don't understand. Like I just don't get it. They do the same
Yeah.
thing with Faye, or Lao Fei in the
Dude,
God
she
of War
just
games.
looks like Deborah and Wolf. Like, what are we
She
talking?
does. I don't know what we're doing.
Yeah,
Like
God, dude, I'm so excited for that game. I can't understand.
God,
I don't even want to get on this tangent. I just can't understand why the discourse is so vitriol. Like with it, like it just looks
It's-
so good.
it looks.
don't
Oh
understand.
man.
It's like, you want me to play as a woman? This is God of War. I gotta be a manly man about it. You want me to control this amazing woman who's super powerful, and the lore's already explained that she's a badass? How am I gonna feel badass? It's like, you're fucking stupid. You're
You're
stupid.
stupid. You're so stupid. Like, and speaking of which, let's go ahead and hop right into it. We had some news from God of War, some good news and some not so great news. God of War confirms physical release, which basically means we're getting the game next year because Sony has stated that physical games are ending in 2028.
Yeah.
And the rumors around this are that Santa Monica did not have SIE approval to make this statement, and that there might be a little bit of hot water or bad blood about it. Because I think it was made in like a comment thread of another post or something like that, where some guy just came and was like, "Yeah, there'll be a physical version of the game." It's like, man, you did not have permission to say that.
Yeah, and you know what? Fuck them. You know what? That's what I say. Like, what are you gonna do? Like, cancel God of War Laufey? Fuck you. Like,
Yeah,
the message, like, again, and I'm not trying to beat this with, like, beat the dead horse with a fucking hose or whatever the phrase is. Like, I get it, gamers. Like, physical media is important, and I hope it doesn't die. But like, God, I lost my train of thought. Fucking dead horse thing.
I'm trying to figure out what phrase you were going for there. I have no idea.
Oh my God. But okay, no, back to okay, but the way that Sony announced everything, the messaging, all this tied with the PS3, the Vita store, right after they lost ownership over the digital movies, like, I get it. I'm on y'all's side on that. Like, I think this needed to be said though, just because like this is the same thing as like Xbox and Bethesda being like, "Hey guys, that shit sucked. I'm Todd Howard. Let me tell y'all, like, we're good, bro. We got y'all. Like, let's try to earn some fucking goodwill." And like, who cares? Like, like, if you just saying like, "Hey, don't worry, our game's gonna be physical," it's like, sweet. Guess how many people you just made happy? And for Sony to just be like, "You weren't supposed to say that. That confirms a date, and that's not out there." And like, who knows if the game gets delayed and blah blah blah. It's like, bro, it's Santi Monica. It's Santi Monica.
It's Santi Monica.
And like, if they would have put God of War on a fucking disc, you listen to that motherfucker. That's Corey goddamn Barlog, and that motherfucker can say whatever the hell he wants. You know what I'm saying? Like, shut the fuck up. So, like, it's just like Microsoft. Y'all are talking way too goddamn much. Just shut up.
We also knew he showed us 20 minutes of gameplay on this thing. We knew we were getting it next year. Like, it's not that big of a deal.
Diego says, "Oh boy, it's time to hose." Y'all got me on a weird day, man. I literally I haven't slept in weeks. I'm so tired. Oh yeah.
Oh man, that was fantastic. In the not so good news, actually, let's before we touch on that, let's the report that came out about physical sales.
Yeah.
You want to hop onto that a little
Oh,
bit?
so that's where my other point was. Like, I'm on your side, physical media gamers. Like, I want that to exist, but the data is there. The data is out there. Can you actually read it? Because I don't have it.
Let me see if I have it. 1 second. I think it was so. The report came in that less than seven, or there were only 7 titles that sold more than 100,000 physical copies.
Right. So like,
Which is, yeah. I mean, that's the proof's in the pudding, man.
yeah,
Like,
when you have games making 12 million sales and 100,000 of them are physical, it's just like, why are we doing this? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I want the physical stuff to, but whenever you have literally that small of a percentage being physical sales, it's like, I guess it does make lucrative sense. Like, I'm not, again, trying to suck on the teat of the corpo. That's not what I'm trying to do here. But I can at least
what?
I can at least see the reasoning and the idea, right? Like, I've admitted this since the first time we talked about this. Like, I'm part of the problem, bro. Like, maybe 1 to every 8 or 9 games am I buying physical. Like, it's just a convenience factor for me, and it's like, I'm at a point where, like, I've got so much, like, of a game collection where it's like, really need this to sit on the shelf? Like, I am so ingrained in the I'm sorry. I'm so ingrained in the ecosystems that I'm in that, like,
You got an
it
extra
does
5 minutes in before that caught up with you. That's insane.
like, me buying digital, like, I'm not going anywhere from the Sony platform, and like, yeah, we can hee haw about, like, they could remove this stuff from the store, but like, I'm buying Wolverine tomorrow. I don't personally foresee them taking Wolverine off of a digital storefront when they don't have a physical platform anymore. Like, I guess that's maybe me putting too much onus on the platform that I love, but like, we're probably gonna be all right, y'all. Like, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like Dennis's point of, like, there's gonna be legislation that corrects this. The fact is like, if we're that upset about it, why aren't the numbers? That's what I'm like. All the turmoil, all the, like, and maybe it'll change. Maybe like next month or the next few months or whenever, what is NPD or whatever numbers come out, it's like, dude, we've seen like a 200% boost in physical sales, and that's what needs to happen. That, like, if you are that serious about it, and we should be, myself included, because like, I don't want my disk drive to go away, and I don't want them to stop putting games on cartridge. We need to stop buying digital. Like,
what's to stop a company like Limited Run from being like, hey, there's a niche audience here who wants physical media for this, like, and partnering with these bigger publishers. Like, even if they don't want to make one, maybe Limited Run does. Like,
well, that's
and
the
just makes a smaller amount of the physical, so that they're not just sitting on shelves.
that's the thing, though, is
And
Sony wants complete control over it. They don't want you buying it from anyone else. They don't want to split any pay, and also they don't want to put a disc drive in. Like, what are you going to play? Like, Limited Run puts it on a disc. What are you playing it on?
I mean, that's fair. Yeah, I mean, you can hook
Like,
up external disk drives, but
yeah, but like, if Sony's not manufacturing discs, they're not going to sell a disc drive for the PS5, and you can put an external, but doesn't mean it's going to be compatible, be able to actually read the data correctly. I don't know.
yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair.
And again, like, they want complete control. They want to monopolize their own platform. Like, it's like, we want to control the sale. Like, if any of our games are going to be on sale, it's going to be of our own accord, and you're going to have to get it from our store. You're not going to get it from anywhere else. You're forced. Your hand is forced, and that sucks. Like, it does. That's part of my issue of it, is like, the used game front, the borrowing game front. Unless we get some legislation, dead. that sucks. Like me going into a fucking Play and Talk and finding a game that I wanted to play years ago but never bought it, and I find it in a bin for $10. Like that's dead. I'm not gonna drop it to $10 except for extreme sailors. And granted, Nintendo's always
I mean, if a
like,
game's 2 consoles old, you
Yeah.
might find it.
maybe, yeah. And again, that's me being doom and gloom, and they might do this, they might not. But I mean, Nintendo's notorious for not discounting their games very, and I kind of get it, like where it's like Nintendo's straight up, their mantra is like, our game is worth this money. 2 years from now, the game's still worth that money. That's the game didn't lose value, and it's like I can see where you're coming from, but like us as consumers are conditioned. Other platforms do that, other games do that, so it's like it's I mean, other console developers or other publishers like Sony is looking at Nintendo and be like, why are they getting away with that? We could just do that. And I mean, that's probably what the whole crux of it is. It's like, well, why don't we just force people's hands to buy from our shop, and they're going to pay what we say it's worth? And God of War Laufey is going to be worth $70. Now it's going to be worth $60 10 years. That's how I see it. I don't know, but the data is crazy. 100,000 copies for 7 games. And those are only 7 games that went over that, right? Like,
yeah, only 7.
Wild. That's wild. Like,
Yeah,
how many sales did Spider-Man 2 make?
Oh yeah, I would imagine one of those is the first Spider-Man, because that one was 9 million in its first couple weeks or something like that.
And I guess like what's like the cap at, like it says only 7 games over 100,000. Does that mean Spider-Man 2 could have still sold 2 million physical copies, or does that mean it didn't go much further past 100,000, or like?
Yeah, I'm not sure on that.
Yeah, maybe, I don't know, but it's still like, if we want to save it, we need to buy them. And it's probably too late. It's the thing. Like, I don't see Sony backturning this. Like, I don't think it's gonna happen. I think regardless, their mind's made up. GTA's already not going with physical copy, and that's gonna be the biggest fucking video game of all time, sales wise. Well, not of all time. You get what I mean?
Okay, so the report says 2 PlayStation video games sold more than 10,000 physical sales in the U.S. during a week ending in July 11th, 2026. The analyst shares on Blue Sky. 7 have sold more than 100,000 physical units year to date. So it's not like all time.
Yeah. Okay. So that number makes more sense in my head. But still, like,
I mean, the only first party release that Sony's had, so this year's Taros.
Yeah. I mean, that still accounts for people buying older games.
Yeah, I suppose. But like, I feel like still the bulk of new game sales come from new releases, right? Like, I mean, you're not like the biggest influx of purchases come from the first couple weeks the game is being released. So
it's man, it's such a just weird thing. I don't know. I can't imagine the next console just not having that option. Crazy. And then I literally have like friends like our FRS group. They're all physical guys, and like their whole thing is like, well, why would I buy a console again? I'm like, well, the exclusives, and they're like, and I'm like, oh shit, like, yeah, they're straight up just PC gamers. Point, and they're like the one thing is like, well, we were buying consoles to have the physical games and being able to trade and buy them cheaper and still play them and stuff. It's like, well, if you can't do that, I might as well just buy them on PC. It's like, granted, yeah, Sony's strategy is like, I'm on PC anymore. They don't think that's going to persuade these guys to buy a PS6. They don't really care that much.
Yeah. And then there's already, like, I think what Dennis was talking last week about, like, potential PS5 emulation is already like starting.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, like,
Then just steal the game.
I've seen the mantra if owning or if buying isn't owning, piracy isn't stealing
Right,
or
yeah.
something. Like all over the place the last few weeks.
It kind of makes me cringe a little bit. Like I don't like that mantra, but like I totally get where people are coming from. So
I get the frustration pouring out.
Yeah.
I don't personally vibe with that, but like I understand people's right to feel like upset about everything that's going on. So
yeah.
moving on to the last little thing we got from Sony is the unfortunate news that Ryan Hurst is out at Amazon's God of War series after tearing his bicep on set. The report was that he gained 40 pounds of muscle for the role. Like basically just went through an entire like physical transformation, and that they recorded 4 episodes total. But the recovery time required for him to get back to being able to like, you know, perform the tasks needed to be Kratos on set is too much, and the timetable doesn't fit with them trying to get the show out. So they're gonna have to recast the role entirely.
Man,
Which is just terrible.
again with like internet turmoil that I just can't stand. Can you imagine like landing this like dream role, like
Yeah.
gaining 40 pounds of muscle, going through grueling acting, performing 4 episodes of television. That's not a small amount. That's like half a season of a show these. And having an injury on set that basically gets you fired. You know, like you're already hurt. And then for whatever reason, the studio's like, yeah, we got to move on. Sorry, it's going to take too long to heal. And then to get on the internet and have this story break and see nothing but the most like egregious bullshit of like that internet culture of thinking it's okay to talk shit about someone because you don't like the casting. It's like that one off of one picture that we saw. Like we haven't seen him in action. We haven't seen anything other than one image of him and Atreus. And I just can't imagine thinking it's okay to say some shit that people have been saying, just saying like, before it even broke that we're recasting. That's the first thing that people jump to. They're like, because it broke that like, oh, he was injured on set. And people are like, oh, thank God, recast. Like the amount of comments that were like, all right, everybody jump on it. It's Sonic time. And like, I'll never defend Ugly. That shit looked like ass. But I hate that the internet won that battle. I'm be honest with you. Like, I'm glad, I am glad that things turned out the way they are. But the fact that that one gave the internet this perceived notion of like, if we bitch about something enough, they're going to have to change it. And like, there's a part of me that just feels like the studio caved into that because of the backlash of the casting. Because he just doesn't look like Kratos. And like, he doesn't look bad in the picture. Like,
who's gonna look like Kratos?
Dude, people are like throwing out Triple H and shit. It's like, yeah, they would be way more beefier, but can Triple H fucking act? Like, this guy's a great actor, and like it literally hurts my feelings for this guy because I know if it was me, I know I would be reading the comments, and that just like imagine getting on there and the first thing you see is like, oh, thank God, fuck this guy, recast. Finally, they can get the right person, and y'all haven't seen shit. Like it pisses me off.
And now we never will. That's the worst part about it. This guy put in 4 episodes of work, physically transformed himself. 40 pounds of muscle for nothing. I mean, for a paycheck, I guess. But like we'll never see his work. We'll never see his take on Kratos, and that sucks.
I hope you're wrong about that. I hope that it does, in some fashion, get seen, get released. I don't care if it's special features, internet shit. I hope we see it. You're probably right. We probably never will. But like, the part of me is like, is it really a faster turnaround to recast this guy and reshoot all the shit he did in 4 seasons? Probably digitally edit him out of shit, or what? How are they going to do that? Do they? What?
You also
Then
have
wait
to
on him to
consider
recover.
the fact,
like,
you also have to consider the fact that they have to consider the fact that they have Atreus. Like they
Yeah.
have a child actor
Mhm.
that will get older in real time. So if they're waiting, and I think the recovery time for the bicep injury is like 6 months to a year or something like that for him to be able to
Yeah.
do actual like physical labor with his arm again. I mean, this is a child. He's going to look drastically different
Yeah.
in a year.
Maybe that is it. Maybe. But like again, you're probably halfway through this season and it's like it it could just be me being cynical, but it feels like the studio kind of found it as an out to and maybe there's reasons that I don't know that are unseen that they're like maybe we should go with maybe not, maybe it is Atreus and they're worried about that. I just can't see how this turner like recasting and reshooting all that is faster than the recovery. I don't know how TV's made. Maybe
Yeah.
maybe they already had somebody else lined up in mind. I mean, of course they did because they had other auditions. Maybe,
Yeah.
but still, the biggest takeaway here is like just stop being assholes, man. This poor dude. Like,
Yeah,
I would be mortified, man, and it hurts my feelings for him.
it sucks. It like this is like, and don't get me wrong, Ryan Hurst is a huge actor, right? Like he's been
Yeah.
he's been a ton,
He's gonna
a
be
huge
fine.
actor from Sons of Actor. He's gonna be fine. But this is a different kind of role. Like I mean,
Yeah.
you are the guy in a Kratos in God of War, one of the biggest franchises in gaming, and like this is a different level for sure. And it sucks, and you know my heart hurts for him.
Yeah.
This happened just from like a sports like avenue. Like I know you're not really in that world, but like this happens all like replaced due to injury is just something that you live with in the sports world. It sucks. It happens every day. You usually don't see your work erased because of it, and that's something that I guess is unique
Yeah.
to this industry, and it's just super unfortunate.
I would love to just like be on a fly on the wall on what happened there. Like, I wish I did know. Like, is it way more cynical, or is it like more like what you said? Like, hey, we have to move production along
Yeah.
because we got a child actor, and yeah, I mean there are laws and things in place. Maybe they literally had to keep production moving, but couldn't do it without Kratos and the stuff that they shot. Who knows what they shot in those 4 episodes? Like there might be episodes where Kratos is barely in it for all we know.
I think it's an Atreus like age thing, coupled with they probably did the math of like what costs us more in the long run, waiting for him to recover or recasting and reshooting. I imagine I'd like to believe it's not the cynical route that they were just like they heard the internet scuttle and decided like, hey, you're out, dude.
Hope so.
Because I mean, we heard the scuttle a long time ago. You know, like this has been since that image leaked. So
True, very true.
So yeah, we'll conclude on that story there. I'm gonna run through some small stories that came out over the course of the last 2 weeks. You can feel free to comment as you see fit, Curly.
Mhm.
From the last 2 weeks, deep dive into Kingdom Hearts 4 is official for D23 this year. I'm just commenting to say,
Well, real quick correction: they didn't specify Kingdom Hearts 4. They said Kingdom Hearts franchise, which is going to
even
include
better.
Kingdom Hearts.
It's going to include Kingdom Hearts 4.
But what if it doesn't? What if it is all just like a love letter to Kingdom Hearts and we get nothing?
What if it's the fabled Disney Plus show that they were talking about?
Dude, that would be sick.
Dude,
that would be sick.
I will unalive myself.
Oh man, Ryan didn't get to see his show.
I will not get to see that show, unfortunately. I will have suffered from cardiac arrest. Witcher 3 DLC to be shown at Gamescom.
Can't believe
pretty
that
hype.
game's getting DLC. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's insane. Dan Schofield retiring as the creative director, or Dan Schofield retiring from gaming. You may know him as the creative director behind Callisto Protocol, Call of Duty, and Dead Space. Steve Buscemi is coming to the Far Cry TV show, which is just a wild thing to
Yeah.
read out loud.
I didn't even know Far Cry was getting a TV show, but here we are.
The Dustbloods date for their playable or their playtest is is set for August. Signups started the 22nd, yesterday at this time. Curly and I are both signed up, so fingers crossed on that one.
Yeah. I would love to partake.
That would be so sick. Yeah. Another thing, another unfortunate news: Jennifer English is stepping away from Tides of Annihilation, also due to injury, which sucks because if Jennifer English is a part of your game wins Game of the Year. So
Yeah, that sucks.
And then Stuart Copeland confirms that he is not composing the next Spyro game. Curly, this was one that you brought up.
Yeah, big boo on that one, man. The fact that I played the Spyro games as a kid, never would have known the composer, but vibed with the original trilogy pretty hardcore with the soundtrack. And then years and years passed. As an adult, I'm a Police fan, and I learned that Stuart Copeland is the composer. Fucking blew my brains out, dog. And then the fact that his wording was kind of sad because he was like, oh, they wanted to go something new generation, no bad blood, whatever, implies that if they would have just asked, it sounds like he would have been game. And bro, come on. It's a Spyro reboot. What is it? Re-sequels now or whatever the fuck this is going to be. It would have been a match made in heaven, but here we are.
Yeah.
It's like doing a Banjo-Kazooie revival and not getting Grant Kirkhope. Why? Why would you do that?
Yeah. No, absolutely. I think that's about it for the gaming news for the last couple weeks. A lot of stuff's been happening. Some good, some bad, some awesome, some sad, some very sad news. Curly, as is tradition, before we conclude for the night, I got a game for you. This one's more. Hopefully, we'll wrap through this one pretty quick. Instead of doing our typical keep four, cut four, we're going to be doing a game that I tailored for Dennis, which is a video game. What's more likely? I don't know if you've ever played anything like this, but basically, I'm going to give you two outlandish statements or things that are improbable of happening, and you're going to pick which one of the two is more likely and elaborate on it. So the first one, I struggled to come up with three of these. But you kind of touched on it there, so I want to see which of these three platformers are most likely to see a return to prominence, and not just get a new game, but like be featured at the top of the like in the upper echelon of video games. Is it Jak and Daxter, Banjo-Kazooie, or Sly Cooper?
You're saying which is more actually likely, or which one would I want?
Which is more likely?
Oh, that's hard, dude, because Jak and Daxter has the most potential to be next echelon of game. Banjo-Kazooie's a collectathon. We've, seen games come and do that differently. Jak and Daxter evolved into something different. Just think it has more potential. However, I think it's less likely that game series actually comes back. And I'm going to say Banjo-Kazooie. Just because while I don't think Microsoft has the fucking cojones to do it, for whatever fucking stupid reason, they just don't want to put out a new Banjo game, I do think it's going to happen one day. It's gotta. Everything eventually comes back. Jak and Daxter included. One day it's going to come. But I see Banjo happening every single year at the Xbox conference. I'm like, could be it. Could be it.
Yeah. Jak and Daxter feels so dead in the water. There's never even rumors about that game getting something. Sly Cooper is in the news every single year that there's something going on with Sly Cooper. I feel like once Toys for Bob is done with A Realm Reborn, we could be seeing maybe they partner with Sony. Maybe they go back to Xbox for Banjo. But I think them reviving old 3D platforms is not. This isn't the end of them doing that. I think that we'll see that more in their future.
I left Sly Cooper out of my argument just because I think it's least likely to be that good.
think I hate you. Next up. All right. A lot of talk about Halo. So I got what's more likely? Xbox shutters Halo Studios and turns the IP over to Activision and the Call of Duty devs.
Jeez. That's a reality. We might
Or
actually...
Xbox is able to copy the Capcom formula, remaking the original games while perfecting the Halo formula, and the Halo franchise returns to prominence.
I mean, I want to say option B, but it's just not more likely. Like, we literally had a news story today where they clearly don't know what the hell they're doing with Halo multiplayer specifically, but like also like we're remaking the first one again, and like yay, but like also like you just rebranded the studio as Halo Studios, and like I just don't have faith in it. I don't have faith in it. Yeah, I think it's option A, more likely.
That's so sad. Could you imagine Xbox putting out a Halo game from the Call of Duty devs when you had a studio called Halo Studios and you shut them down like that? I think I agree with you that that's probably the more likely of the two scenarios, but man, that's not the one I want. I hope
sad.
Campaign Evolved is a banger.
Me too, because it's on my fantasy, and also because of the studio.
And last one, this is my favorite one. So this is a game of the year. What's more likely, and that's all 6 games on the game of the year podium will be from games that have not released yet in 2026, or none of the games in September will even be nominated. What's more likely?
Oh, dude, it is 100% option B. No, I'm sorry. Wait, I got mixed up. Wait, hold on. Option A is not a possibility. So, which one am I choosing? It's less likely or more likely. I've already forgot the rules.
You're picking which one is more likely.
Okay, option B. The simple fact of Resident Evil Requiem, Mina the Hollower, and God, what's the other?
007.
007. The fact that those 3 games, they're gonna be nominated. Like, well, at least one of them. Like, that would be unfathomable that none of those 3 games are on the top 6. There's no shot. Resident Evil.
Let me remind you of what we have coming out the rest of this year.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we have GTA 6.
Yeah,
we have
that's
Ocarina of Time.
Mm-hmm.
You have Phantom Blade 0.
I'm
Wolverine.
iffy if that one makes.
Control Resonant, Onimusha Way of the Sword, and The Blood of Dawnwalker.
Yeah, but Resident Evil Requiem is a 1,000% lock. Like, I think Mina the Hollower is going to be on that 6, but there's no shot in this world that Resident Evil Requiem doesn't make it in the top 6. That one is 1,000,000%. That one I could see getting Game of the Year over any of them, to be honest with you. Like, GTA 6 might not even be eligible depending on if they change, what date they allow this year. Ocarina of Time, I think will be one of the 6. If I wrote it down the other day, but I can't remember. But just off the top of my head, the top 6 are probably going to be Resident Evil, GTA 6, Ocarina of Time, Mina the Hollower, and then take your. Maybe it's the one that you said, Blade Zero, Phantom Blade Zero.
Phantom Blade 0.
Yeah, maybe that one. But oh wait, I have another game to pick. Wolverine. Sorry. Those are my 6 that are gonna be there.
But that's more likely than none of the games in September being nominated. You think there's a chance that September's got nothing?
I don't believe in Phantom Blade 0 that much. Wait, that one got moved out of September.
Phantom Blade is October.
Yeah. So what? Control.
So you got Control, Onimusha, Wolverine, Blood of Dawnwalker, and Orbitals.
Yeah, I could see.
Oh, and Silent Hill Townfall.
I could see a world where none of them get it. Yeah. I think it's unlikely that. Honestly, like Wolverine, I'm like 50-50 on. I think it's gonna be there, but Over Resident Evil 9, no. There's no shot. That's how I have to do it, because like none of the games that have released this year, we've had a great year.
Oh man, it's been an all-timer.
I would even say like Saros has a chance against some of those September.
Saros is going to be the one that gets snubbed everywhere. We're not going to
Yeah.
see Saros anywhere, and it sucks because that game's brilliant. Saros should be. By the way, just saying this right now, if it's not on Art Direction at the end of the year, it's a crime.
Yeah, no, there's no way. But yeah, I stand by that for sure. Pocopia also.
Pocopia, yep, it's true. A lot of good games in 2026. Way too much for the wallet, that's for sure. Well, Carly, any closing thoughts on the state of the industry before we conclude?
I like this podcast that does the industry stuff. Thanks for talking through it. It's like a therapy session, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like maybe we should just talk about this, guys, and get our feelings out, because it's all kind of bad right now. And it we said it last time, but like we have so many good pieces of art, so many good games coming out at such a high like clip, like such a quick. It's insane. We should be the healthiest industry in the world. It's just, it seems like it's just corporate greed getting in the way of things. I don't know. Like it's just like, well, and just mismanagement in general. They're into AI.
I think that's what, like, it's the two sides of the coin for sure, because you've got on one hand, like, it's heartbreaking what's happening to these brilliant creators and talented artists, but on the other side of the coin is like, we have a beautiful industry in front of us, a unbelievable talent and creative ideas coming out on a daily basis. And it's such a beautiful thing to be a part of and to enjoy, and just to keep supporting the games and the creators that you love, because that's never going to end. No matter what state the gaming industry takes in the future, people will always make games. And that's what I kind of cling to, is that you will always be able to find people making beautiful things in this industry.
Yeah. Listen, can we all just agree, just all you corporate bigwigs, just take like $1 billion, you know? Just take $1 billion less next year and just don't release any games. Let me catch up on my backlog. You know what I mean? Like just to stop releasing games and just take $1 billion less, you know? Let me thrive. Let me catch up on all these games, and I'll buy them all the next time around, all right? I promise. I promise, Mr. Bigwig. Oh, I hate it.
All right, good people of the internet, thank you so much for joining us tonight. You can catch us on all the socials, the YouTubes, the Twitches, the Instagrams, anywhere you want to find us. You can find us. Make sure to drop us a comment, a like, a follow, a sub, if you will. Comment down below how you feel about about Fallout, about how you feel about Nintendo, about Wolverine. Is Wolverine a game of the year contender? Let me know in the comments. We'll see y'all next time. We love you all so much, and we hope you have a great rest of your week. Adios. Till next time.
We love to argue with y'all.
We do.
We like hate comments included.
We love hate comments. We love hate comments with all our heart.
We're gonna, with all our heart, right? You know what I'm saying? All our heart. You get it?
Well, it's my guiding key, man.